he can say, well, I'm gonna divorce her. Okay, so you're gonna divorce her, and you're gonna have another divorced woman who's got high sex drive. Just what do you think she's gonna do? Like, do people actually think that women are just gonna sit around there and just wait for some knight in shining armor to come and rescue her? I'll give you an example. So this guy marries his sister. He's a sheikh, right? So she's like a convert, right? And he's all excited. Oh yeah, convert. No, he's typical traditional guy. He's got some knowledge of things. Obviously, lives in the West. He said, I know about these things, but so the sister, they consummate the marriage. And the sister's like a freak, She's got like tattoos all over, piercing. She's just like, he says, I've never experienced anything like that. I was like, So and then I was happy. He says, I was happy. I left, whatever, went to the masjid. After the salah, I opened my phone, come back. I need more. So he's like, oh, super. So he goes back,
Freak, like an info. Like she's really wants to.
Proper, like, high drive, He's like, in 2 weeks, I had to divorce. I was dead. He's like, I couldn't take it. Right? I was like, bro, like.
Is that her problem or his?
No, but see, that's the thing though. Like, what do you say? Like, is she, what, you gonna like make takfir on her or something like that?
You can't.
It's the reality. She's trying to protect herself in halal.
Yeah.
She's got a high drive. She's wearing hijab, everything properly. She's not like some, It's just when the hijab went off, it was like, man, what's going on?
How dare you?
So this is just one example, by the way. But this is a real case scenario. So what happens? The guy's he divorced her. Now what do you have? You have a hijabi sister who's a freak, who has a past, obviously. She's trying to make tawbah. You can tell her, like, sister, astaghfirullah, fast. Okay, fine. But in the end, that 10, 20 years of experience cannot just be erased.
She's conditioned. She's hardwired at that point to
now,
need
does that
it.
mean you have to kick her in the back and into Jahannam or something like that?
Oh,
no,
okay.
she should be looking for someone who's more compatible to her.
Like a brother with a higher sex drive or something like
Right. Now, how do you get to understand that? That's another story, right? Because that's like, should you just, like, even these kind of discussions, oh, he told me this is his size. Like, how do you even get to that discussion? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do brothers be like, Assalamu alaikum, sister, my name is this and that, and I am this. And like, should it be on your CV now? Like, well, I'm 6'2", 5.8. Like, is it, like, how do you even get to that? Like, like, we don't really have, you're dealing with these are real problems. People could say, no, we shouldn't go to this, we shouldn't talk about this. But then most of the marriages are falling apart because of this. Like, imagine, bro, like, guy walks in, sees his wife doing herself. Like, I get so many of these cases. What should I do? What's the problem? What's the problem? Oh, she's a bad woman. Okay, fine. This is haram. But there's more than one reason why she's doing that. Just like there's more than one reason why sometimes wives walk on their husbands and catch them doing that. There's more than one reason. It's not just that the guy's a bad person. Okay, it's haram. He's not. He shouldn't be doing that.
He shouldn't be, but it's
But
nuanced.
there's other issues as counselors, as imams. People look at it from many different perspectives. It's not just one reason. But this is this is on the table. This is what we're dealing with today. How do you fix it? Okay, everyone just goes to hell. That's not. That's it's so simple, right? Okay, they're all going to hell. They're bad people. Like, okay, she's a convert. That's all she knew. She's making tawbah now. She's coming to Islam. She realized that Islam is the truth. Okay, how do you deal with that kind of person? You know what I mean? Like, how do you deal with it?
Bro, this is where, like, we need to understand that, like, our spouses, our significant others, they have rights over us, right?
Yeah.
As a man, as a woman, doesn't matter. But if I'm a man and I have a wife, like, listen, like, if well, I'm speaking theoretically, I don't want to, like, say anything as like, okay, this is how I am, because there's no reason for that. But
Right.
let's say that I have a high sex drive. Well, she needs to understand that. And she needs to understand that, okay, like, I'm probably going to need more. Just like if it was the opposite. If, like you said, if she has a high sex drive, I need to understand this. I need to be all right
From
with
just a
that.
compatibility point of view.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to be able to basically coexist with that and make that happen. Because if not, then I'm going to be denying her rights. And that's when, okay, yeah, like you said, what she would be doing would be haram, but it's not fully on her because takes two.
Wasn't it Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu who basically said that men like in battle they have to return in a specific amount of time, like
Yeah, every 3 months.
every 3 months minimum.
It's amazing, the story,
You cannot
because-
deny your wife more than 3 months.
Even 3 months. I mean,
That's
these
pushing
days
it, yeah.
it's hard. But why did he make that time period? Is that I guess he was walking the street. He would actually have his tour, his
Yeah,
rounds.
he would
at
talk to
night.
women. Yeah,
It's not that he would talk to women. He
ask
heard
us
the
to-
woman
or
reciting
he heard,
poetry,
yeah.
saying something. If I don't fear Allah, my bed would be shaking. That's what the poetry means. And then he actually knocked the door and said, "Look, I've heard it." And imagine she would have been like running away. She said, and he asked like, "How long can a woman last?"
I remember
She
that.
said something like 3 months.
3
So
months.
he made it as
Then
a
he made
rule
it,
that
yeah.
men have to return. But here you have a few things. Number one is that, okay, there's haya and shyness when you talk about these things, but there's a problem. So he's fixing a problem. Okay, so let's deal with this issue. Now, as you said, how do you know whether you're compatible? Can you talk about this? Should you put it on your resume or CV? You know, you write your profile and this, high sex drive man, big daddy, whatever, It's not, can you? Should you? Most people say it's bad. I don't have the answer, but we need ulama to discuss this. In today's context, how do we solve this? I don't think we should put it on the CV. I don't think people should just jump into the discussion. Yeah, my name is this and this how, big I am. I don't think so. But, so they need to answer this question, like what's permissible? How can we, giving this problem that we're faced with today where everything is so inflated and people have been exposed to so many things, can you just say, well, people should just fear Allah? Okay, fine. We should. I totally agree 100%. So let's say a brother who fears Allah and a sister who fear Allah get married together. One has a high sex drive for whatever reason. Maybe porn, maybe just natural. Okay, maybe just naturally they have a high sex drive. Hormones, whatever. It could be from food, could be from environment, whatever it is. Culture. Some cultures are more prone to, intimacy and have higher sex drive because of even the diet, the climate influences, and so on and so forth. So, let's say the guy's like, oh yeah, I'm this culture, but I like this culture. So two different cultures coming together with good intentions, but then they're not matching on that. What's the outcome? Usually, okay, have patience. Yes, of course, you should.
But how much?
But for how long? How long can a person actually last? Women who are married will go to the toy shop and get something extra, because it's not enough. It happens, bro. Like guys be like, I caught her doing that. Imagine like how it'll break you, bro. Can we not deal with these issues a little bit ahead of time so we don't reach that point? I don't have the answer. Like I'm not an alim in that point to give a fatwa and say, but most people will be like, no. Like how do you, I don't know, man. I don't have the answer, to be honest. Like we really need to tackle this issue because it's causing a lot of divorce. People say, well, the solution is just fear Allah. I agree, man. I agree, no doubt. But then again, you look at the history of Islam, theories, what you should do, yet many people have done otherwise than what you should do. But how do you deal with that? How do you manage that? How do you manage the reality, the situations that actually take place as opposed to the theory where you should fear Allah, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. But most people fall out of that. So this is the question that, we need to understand.
So I have a question, and it's kind of like it's bringing it back for sure. But you had mentioned everything that you mentioned, especially about like the psychological aspect. Now, let's say that this is actually occurring now. You have a man, he's talking to this woman. They're about to get married, but like some reason in her mind, she's over here expecting something big. Like, what's gonna happen if this guy is I don't know, if he doesn't meet these expectations? How can he basically
finesse the situation?
Not even finesse the situation.
Okay, that's a good
But
question.
how can he like bring the frame in his control to where he's making her like psychologically
Okay.
even perceive him as big?